Okay, so here's the deal. I've been watching a lot of makeup tutorials with all this free time that I have now, and I figured now is a good time to actually learn how to properly do my makeup. Because if you didn't see my makeup video from before, kinda don't know what I'm doing. Everybody say hello to Suki. Alright, I know you're all probably wondering, Christina, what's with the sunglasses? Well, I have acquired a little friend on my face the size of Mount Everest, or at least I feel like it's the size of Mount Everest. You know, I'm actually gonna take these off. I want to be a good influence on you all. And although from time to time we may get giant ugly zits on our face, you shouldn't let that stop you from doing the things you love or from loving yourself. So that is why I'm going to remove these sunglasses. I'm going to. Come on, Christina, take them off. I'm going to remove them right now. Oh yeah. Okay, that's not cute, I know. I know one of the first things that everybody says is to not put makeup on a zit, but I'm doing it anyways. And I kind of miss getting ready, as I'm sure I'm not the only one out there. So I was like, fuck it, let's get ready and like take some fun pictures. So welcome to my get ready with me to go nowhere. Let's chat, shall we? I posted a thing on my Instagram a couple weeks ago. By the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram already, go follow me right now. My name on there is Mama Swole. And I asked everybody to give me some topics to talk about. So as you know, it is Spiritual Sunday. I would like to talk mostly about spirituality, but it's gonna be a little mix. I'm out of powder, which is tragic. I'm gonna try to use the tiny little amount that I have left. So this look ain't gonna be that. It's not gonna be a 10 out of 10, but we're gonna try to do our best here. So I got a question. It says, what is your perception of the third eye? Do you believe in it? If so, how do you use it? That's a very good question. My perception of the third eye, I mean, to be honest, I don't know like that much about it. I'm still learning. I see the third eye as like my perception, I guess, is kind of your intuition. I feel like opening your third eye is like strengthening your intuition, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't really know that much about it. I don't feel comfortable answering this question. What else does it say? Do you believe in it? If so, how do you use it? I definitely believe in it. I definitely think that everybody has this sense of intuition, but some people it's blocked up. This is a very like thought-provoking question, so I feel like I'm not really gonna be able to answer it that well on the spot like this. Man, my makeup is gonna take forever to get done. Hold on, let me blend in my foundation and then I'll come back, and while I'm blending, I will kind of think about this question. We'll be right back. I know everybody has the third eye chakra. I've been learning a lot about chakras, but to be honest, I still don't know that much about them yet either. And I mean, I think this stuff is fascinating. Like, I think chakras and everything are really, really interesting, and I would love to make a video in the future about them to kind of talk about like a chakra guide. I mean, going off of this question, this is why I want to learn more about spirituality and why I'm so intrigued by it. That's why I'm so intrigued by it, because I'm like a very deep person. I mean, I like to have fun and I like to be like goofy and be a silly little goofball, but on the other hand, there is a very serious, in-depth side to me, as I really think there is to everybody, but I think some people don't really like to pay attention to that side of them. Although sometimes overthinking can be bad, I love to think deep into things. Like, why are we here? What happens when we're not here anymore? I don't know, I think that stuff is really interesting to think about. I have been reading this book. It's called Power of Now. It's by Eckhart Tolle. I think that's how you say his name. I don't really honestly know how to say it. But this book is life-changing. I've already recommended it to so many people because it's such a good book. What I've learned from it so far is how important it is to just like be in the moment, and how a lot of our not so good feelings and thoughts come from not being fully present. I think a very vast majority of people live their lives not knowing how to be fully present, even though it's so important and can bring so much joy in our lives. So another thing I've learned from this book so far is that time is an illusion and the present moment is really all we ever have. Look, I'm like scraping this, trying to get just a gram of powder and nothing's working. And I'm hoping there's still like some leftover on this brush, but there's probably not. I always try to talk about how important it is to love yourself first and embrace what you have before you try to change your body. And I always feel like that could get taken the wrong way or misunderstood. Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, I competed. If you haven't seen my video about me competing, it's up there. So before I competed, I really wanted abs. I don't know why. I just thought they looked so cool and I really wanted them. And I was so unhappy with my body before I had them, and I felt like I wouldn't be happy until I finally had them. And guess what happened when I finally got them? I still wasn't happy. And that's why I always try to tell people that it's so important to get your mental right before you try changing things on the outside. You need to work on the inside first. I know that can be kind of difficult to understand because it's like, no, Christina, I have this thing that I'm so insecure about, and I know that if it would just go away, I would be so happy. Or maybe there has been something that you've been insecure about and you changed it and now you are happier, and that's great. But like, that's kind of the point, is if you have something that you're unhappy with, then yes, try to work on it, try to change it. But also, if you can't change it, then it's really important to accept it. If you think about it, architects, when they're building a building, they don't start from the roof. They have to start from like underground. Like, that's the same thing with basically life. If you don't have it right on the inside, then outside things aren't gonna bring you joy or bring you happiness. We waste life away thinking, I'll be happy when I have this. When this happens, then I'll finally won't be depressed anymore. You know what I mean? We're always just wishing life away, and we never focus on what we have right in front of us. And I think a lot of people are realizing that right now, because we're starting to realize like, whoa, how awesome is it just to have a cabinet full of groceries? We got so much to be thankful for. Living in the present helps eliminate a lot of anxiety and depression, because a lot of problems that we have or create in our heads are coming from the past, like maybe things that we aren't proud of or things we're beating ourselves up over, just things that make us sad to think about, memories that aren't the happiest. When you're living in the past, it can make you really sad, and vice versa. If you're living in the future, sometimes you might be thinking, what if this happens? What if this happens? And it's like, what if it never happens? What if the bad thing that you're so afraid of never happens? You wasted all that time worrying for nothing. In the book, he talks about a lot of ways to make yourself more present, like breathing for one thing. Deep breathing is super important. Using your senses, looking around you, inhaling, kind of seeing like the scents that you smell. Like for instance, I smell this highlighter and this highlighter smells so good. Or listening. Like, I don't know about you, but I love music. And sometimes when I take the time to actually really fully indulge in the music I'm listening to, I'm so happy and at peace, and it's just like the best feeling in the world, you know what I mean? It's also been teaching me a lot about your higher self and who you really are. Or like in the past, if someone asked me who I am, I would say I'm a personal trainer, I make YouTube videos. You know, you would like identify with the things you do or where you've been or your experiences, but that's not who you actually are. Like, wrap your head around this real quick, because it's crazy. It's mind-opening, eye-opening, and mind-opening. So who you really are, like if you sit there and observe your thoughts and you don't react and you don't have judgment towards them, that's who you really are. You are the observer of your thoughts. You're just pure consciousness. That's all we all are. It might not sink into you right now, but when it finally sunk into me, I was like, whoa. Because that's crazy. It's crazy to think that we're all just like floating souls, floating around, you know what I mean? And we got in these bodies, and now here we are experiencing life through these bodies, and shit's crazy, man. That's why I love it. I think the main thing that spirituality has helped me out with is my anxiety, because I never realized how much I was living in the future. I'd waste all this time worrying about things that probably, hopefully never happen, but instead of like just enjoying and being in the moment, I'm thinking of all the things that could go wrong. And it's like, fuck that. I'm gonna enjoy my life, you know? So somebody asked me to talk about self-discipline and setting boundaries. Sorry, we're gonna like go off of the spiritual track, but it'll kind of tie in. I want to talk about setting boundaries first. So this is a very important thing, setting boundaries, and I never realized it until very recently. I was never very good at setting boundaries. I'm still working on it, actually, to be very honest. Like, I moved to another country for somebody and like temporarily sacrificed my career, like put my career on hold for this. Okay, let me just tell you the story. Alright, so I'm being too vague. I'm just gonna tell you the story. So can't believe I'm saying this on the internet. It's okay, I'm gonna say it anyways. We're friends, right? I could share this with y'all. After I graduated college, I was presented with two options. Either move to Italy with my, at the time, BF. I've always wanted to live in California. Always been my dream. So it was really hard to make a decision because I always wanted to live in Cali, but then I've never been outside the country. I had never been. I was like, that could be so cool. And that's like a once in a lifetime opportunity. So the reason I picked Italy was for a guy. Once again, people, instincts, okay? I had the instincts. This is why the third eye is so important. I had an instinct, like my intuition was telling me to choose California, but I chose Italy on an account of somebody else because I had no boundaries. And I don't regret it, and I never will, because it was a beautiful, amazing experience, and like I'm in California now, so it all ended up working out, which is another lesson. It just goes to show like things work out, but obviously I had some work to do and some boundaries to set, and I'm getting so much better at it. But pretty much you should have people in your life that support you and that support your dreams and support your goals. If they do, they will respect your boundaries because they want you to win. And that could mean that you have to get up at a certain time every morning and you can't stay up late with them, or it could mean that you can't hang out with them because you need to work towards your dreams or your goals. You have something to do. Let's say you have a paper to write, you're in college, you have a paper to write that's due tomorrow. Your friends want you to go out. You have to set boundaries for yourself and do what is best for you. I know it can be hard to say no to people because like you don't want to make them upset and everything, but at the end of the day, if they support you, then they're not gonna get all upset. Like they might get disappointed, but they're gonna get over it. You have to watch out for yourself. And my camera is dying, so perhaps I will go charge it, gather my thoughts, and come back to y'all in like 20 minutes or so. And I'm probably gonna have a lot more progress than I'm having now because it's really hard to talk and do your makeup at the same time. So see you guys in a bit. Hi, I'm back. Sorry I basically finished all my makeup. So I watched a makeup tutorial before I did this, and the girl was talking about how if you take these strands of your hair right here and tie them back, it like lifts your face. So I was trying to do that. The expectations are like this nice look, right? But then this is the reality. So I should not have done this. My hair is stuck in a knot and oh my god, I should not have tried to do this.
What would you try to do, like a bun?
Yeah, and then
AOP.
ow, ow, there goes half of my hair. That's fine.
Oh,
I didn't need that. I didn't need that hair.
Maybe you finna look like Cynthia from the Rugrats, baby.
How? Okay, we got it out. Oh god, that was a terrible mistake. That was a mistake. Okay, so we're back, and good news. I think we got it this time, and I think I did it a little better so it won't get tangled. I seriously, even before I did it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a tangled mess. And yet I still proceeded to do it anyways. Why do I do this? Anywho, sorry I did so much of my makeup without you guys. I know it's supposed to be a get ready with me, and my camera was dying, you know? So the good news is I can still put my lipstick on with you guys and chat with you guys while I do that. So back to our questions. So self-discipline. What do I have to say about self-discipline? By the way, y'all are about to see me do something completely new that I've never tried before with my lips. So let's see how it turns out. So I'm the kind of person who is obsessed with working. I'm kind of a workaholic. So to me, self-discipline is like something that is essential if you want to succeed in life. And sometimes I think even when you don't feel like doing things, you have to have the self-discipline to do them anyways. I think that also, I feel like I'm talking so slow because I'm trying to multitask, I'm sorry. I also think that when you push yourself to do things that you don't want to do, even when you don't feel like doing them, it really helps boost your confidence and self-esteem. Because it's like, I didn't want to do that, and look, a bitch still did it. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you're not gonna have the motivation to do things, but that's where the self-discipline comes in. I got another question on how to stay positive. So I guess it's just like you have to see the good in everything, because whether you believe it or not, with every challenge becomes a lesson and makes you better, makes you stronger, as long as you learn and move on and, you know, grow from things. So I guess that's a way to stay positive, is just try to see the good. Try your very, very hardest. Even if it seems like there's absolutely no good in a situation you're in, if you look hard enough and really kind of look at it from a more accepting point of view, you'll find the good. And some situations at the time are tough, but then I think that we also can look back on things and just be grateful for them, even though at the time they were really hard, because it's like I wouldn't be who I was today if I didn't go through all those hardships and challenges. Positivity is a mindset. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Like I said, this is my first time doing this, so don't know if I did it right. I'm sure someone will let me know if I didn't. Well, I tried. Sometimes all you can do in life is try. I think that looks as good as it's gonna get. So, ooh, I know what to do. I need to add some highlight to my Cupid's bow. Right. Am I right? Did that help? Or did that make it worse? Does that look weird? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I was just notified that I'm running out of space on my camera, so I'm gonna try to speed this up a little bit. What have we learned from this video, kids? Nothing? Oh. Cool. Let me also say one thing. Even though we are more than just our appearance, I think there is a lot of importance. Is there lipstick on my tooth while I'm trying to give a motivational speech? That is so mean. Anyways, I think a really bad thing to do right now is sit around in your pajamas every single day, all day. So even if you can't go anywhere, it's still nice to like throw yourself together. I think it could make you feel a lot better and a lot more normal. So what if you're not going anywhere? You don't need to get dolled up for anybody. You get dolled up for yourself, girl. Although I do kind of like the fit I'm wearing right now. It's not really what I want to wear. Let me finish this look and I'll be right back. So here we have it, the finished product. Sorry if you can see my you know what. Thank you for joining me on this Get Ready With Me to Go Nowhere. I'm gonna go nowhere now. If you're bored and you feel like sad or you're worried right now, I encourage you to get ready to go nowhere as well. And you know, just have a good time with it. Get all pretty because you deserve to feel pretty for yourself, not for anybody else, darling. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope that my talk was very mind-boggling or mind-opening or something. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Always remember, you are not your thoughts. And hopefully by now, after watching this, you know what I mean by that. So, if you would like to see more videos on mental, physical, and spiritual health and to see more of Mama Swole, then make sure you subscribe. Also, if you like this video, make sure to give it a like because it really helps my channel, helps me reach more people. Stay safe, stay home, protect yourself, take care of yourself. That's all. Till next time, deuces.